Elsewhere, the Nigerian Navy says protecting the nation's digital space is a must, especially at this time when cyberspace attacks are prevalent. Chief of Naval Staff stated this at an event held at NNS BEECROFT in Lagos. Senior correspondent Ivy Kano reports.
It's the annual Inter-Command Communications and Cybersecurity Competition 2024. Declaring the 5-day event open, the Chief of the Naval Staff, represented by Rear Admiral Abdul Hamid Babaina, said in the face of emerging global cybersecurity challenges, their officers must constantly review and improve on their knowledge base.
This competition is expectedly designed to test the participants' skills, push creativity, and showcase their expertise. Over the next 5 days, you are expected to demonstrate your proficiency in various communication disciplines. A variety of cyber attacks, including phishing attacks, malware attacks, and denial of service attacks shall be stimulated. I want to emphasize that this is not a game, but a very important training exercise that should be taken seriously as our digital space is replete with such threats.
The organizer speaks on the areas of competencies the participants will be tested on.
They will be put through real-time situations as obtained in operations across a range of communications and information technology, cybersecurity, and for them to be able to deliver during operations and exercises. We have 9 areas, among which you have a semaphore, you have flashing, you have voice procedure, you have a radio setup and assembling. Then the other aspects are information technology and capacity in cybersecurity.
Those competing are urged to put their best foot forward as awards and trophies will be presented at the end of the competition. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.
Away from that, the National Union of Pensioners has called on the federal government to include its members in the recently enacted 70,000 naira minimum wage. The union also wants President Bola Tinubu to find ways to ease the pains of the economic reforms in the aftermath of removal of subsidy on petrol. TVC News' Joki Adisa reports.
Nigerians are still grappling with the latest increase in the price of petrol. Pensioners are not left out as prices of goods and services continue to rise as a result of reforms the government insists are necessary for future economic gains. They rely on their meager monthly pensions to feed and ensure their welfare. With rising economic hardship, the pensioners say the labor of their youth appears to be in vain and want the government to soothe their pains.
The essence of this press conference is to remind His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, of the devastating conditions of Nigerian pensioners who are groaning and wallowing in abject poverty, worsened by the avoidable incessant fuel increase that have rendered their paltry monthly pensions useless.
The senior citizens also want their pensions reviewed in line with the recently enacted minimum wage law.
We wish to humbly suggest that the federal and state governments should consider using the new minimum wage of 70,000 as a basic or template to recompute pension emolument.
At another news conference, pensioners with the First Bank of Nigeria have called for an upward review of their entitlements.
We are now asking for an upward review of our monthly pension. We are also asking for at least a 300 minimum pay for annual medical care. The pay of 30,000 medical, 30,000 naira.
The pensioners say they are lending their voices to the cause by many Nigerians that government find lasting solutions to the economic hardship currently being faced in the country. Joke Edsa, TVC News, Abuja.
Elsewhere, the Nasarawa state government says plans are underway to establish conversion centers for liquefied natural gas and compressed natural gas across the state to align with federal government's policy on clean energy. Governor Abdullahi Sule said this at the graduation ceremony of 50 auto technicians organized by the State Human Capital Development Agency. Senior reporter Godwin Agwam has details.
On the 1st of September 2024, the Human Capital Development Agency of the Nasarawa State Government commissioned 50 auto technicians to proceed to the Pan Learning Center in Kaduna on a 5-day training. The aim is to build the capacity of the trainees on the conversion of vehicles from petrol to compressed natural gas (CNG) and liquefied natural gas (LNG). This is as a result of the removal of fuel subsidy, which has led to an increase in petrol prices, and the presidential initiative on the adoption of LNG and CNG by fuel conversion. The participants have completed their training and are here for their graduation ceremony and presentation of certificates. Authorities of the Human Capital Development Agency and Pan Learning Center want the graduates to transfer the knowledge gathered from the training.
To our graduates, you are now equipped with the technical skills to drive Nasarawa State's future in clean energy. You are the vanguard of a revolution that will not only benefit our state, but will also ripple across the nation. I encourage you to approach your roles with the commitment and dedication that you have already demonstrated throughout this training.
The conversion process involves the installation of CNG equipment, also known as conversion kits, on the vehicle. A changeover switch also allows the driver to switch between the two shifts.
The Nasarawa State Governor is satisfied with the training of the auto technicians and gives assurance that conversion centers will be established.
We intend actually to build, conversion centers so that you guys will now go to those conversion centers, not only make your own input, but train other people there. That's what I mean by train the trainer.
The obviously elected graduates are confident that with the training, they will serve as vanguards of CNG and LNG initiative in the state.
There are things we did not know. How is this thing working? But we only work. But today, by the grace of God, I want to say it. Nobody will call any of us here a roadside mechanic.
Certificate of completion was presented to the graduates by Governor Abdullahi Sule. Godwin Agwam, TVC News, Lafia.
Agency drives